Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another blind commentary. And you guys wanted it, so I'm going to be reacting to all of the new songs on the RWBY Volume 4 soundtrack. Yep, I did Bumblebee, and I only intended to do Bumblebee because I knew I would have a particularly good reaction to that song. I would have a particularly strong reaction to that song, and it was also something completely new that we had never heard before, not something that had been featured in Volume 4 somewhere, at least in part. So, yeah, it just seemed like something that I should be reacting to. But you guys wanted to see reactions to all of the others as well. And, well, initially I was just going to do a review where I talked about the whole album. The more you guys kept bringing it up, the more it kind of felt like maybe I should be reacting to them. And I put it up to a vote in the RWBY Chibi video last week. And, yeah. Reactions won over review. It was a pretty good split. There were quite a few people who did want to see a review, and sorry, but there were more who wanted to see reactions, and I'm not going to be doing both. Still not going to be doing both, because I'd just be reiterating myself, I think. And I'm going to be doing these in separate videos. I thought about maybe doing them all in one big video for all of the other soundtrack songs besides Bumblebee, but, I think it'll just work better if I do single videos for each song, just because it gives me a chance to talk about them individually, and I just think that'll work out better. But yeah, the first one I'm going to be doing is Let's Just Live, the intro for Volume 4. And yeah, I like this song, or what I've heard of it at least. I would say it's probably my least favorite of the intros, just because it's the least interesting. Which I wasn't a fan of the Volume 3 intro at first, but then, yeah, that was just because I didn't understand it at first. You don't really understand that song until you get to chapter 9, and then it really hits hard. But before that point, it's just kind of weird and not really fitting, and yeah, then suddenly it fits perfectly, and you kind of wish it wasn't so perfect because everything is just, yeah. Volume 3 was great. But, yeah, I do think this song did fit from the start, at least. That's something it has over the Volume 3 one, but it's just not as much of a interesting song as the other three. But I'm still very much eager to hear the full version of it, because it's always interesting to hear the full versions of these songs, because we know them so well, and then suddenly hearing just more of it is pretty cool. And there are also like little revelations that you get in hearing the full version. Like the full version of When It Falls, you got the whole other verses kind of incorporate bits of Cinder's speech at the Fall of Beacon, making it sort of her song, and that just made me love it a whole lot more once I heard that version, just because I actually really like Cinder. She's probably my third favorite character overall in the series, which is probably pretty crazy, but I don't know. I just like her for whatever reason. And, yeah. And as for the Volume 2 intro, the full version of that, what's that one called? Time to Say Goodbye. Yeah, the full version of that is just is particularly interesting because of that bridge that comes on. Has lyrics which sort of have the girls questioning the motivation for everything that's happening, and sort of maybe even casting doubts on the people who are leading them, like Ozpin and co., which isn't something that was really touched on very much in Volume 2, so that's kind of weird that it was in the Volume 2 intro. I mean, maybe a little bit with Ironwood's introduction and all the sort of how they made him seem pretty suspicious in parts. But yeah, it's still kind of a weird section, but also a really nice touch to the song that I really enjoy. And then there was This'll Be the Day. The full version of that didn't really have as many revelations, but it's still pretty nice. I like the extra verse and all that. It's pretty good. This one is a really long full version at 5 minutes, so there's going to be a lot of new stuff here, and I'm hoping it's great. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's just go ahead and get this started. Okay, and here we go. fairy tale. Now it seems we were just pretending. On our way to a happy ending. Bedtime story. No big reveal of the hero's glory. We weren't prepared. Game that wasn't fair. Just go home. Follow through. Is gone. One thing we can do. Just live. Past castle. Break free. Let's just live. And new stuff finally. Aww. Yeah, lots of suffering. Wow. Yeah, they were really just all so broken. And it's still such an upbeat song, really. Nice and optimistic. Nothing left to lose. By the sorrows, we must break free. Let's just live. Oh. Definite shift here. Entering our bridge. Aww. Don't feel like that.
Everything is broken. The light's not there anymore.
Well, this got sad. So much for the optimism. It's really pretty. Aww, a friend is suddenly gone. Wow. And there was lots of crying. Oh, so talking about Monty too there then. That's why they said they, because it's Pyrrha or Monty, however you want to interpret it. Much like Cold. But that's more Monty. This is nice. Just some vocalization. Some real soaring music. And third chorus. Well, after a guitar solo. Why not? Pretty epic guitar solo, too. Very cool. And here we go. Oh! It's a bit different. Oh. That was an interesting lyric. Huh. I'm gonna have to re-listen to the final chorus. That was very interesting. Couldn't quite make everything out, but that was an interesting way to end it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the full version of that. It was really well done. I did go back and listen to that final chorus like I said I would, and it maybe wasn't as intriguing as my ears deceived me into thinking it might be. The line, "the sun will never fade, the night won't steal our day," is still maybe something, maybe hinting at something from the show. Because there are characters really associated with the sun, one of them being Sun and the other being Yang. And I rather like the idea that's referring to Yang, that she is the sun in this case, because seeing Yang recover from her darkest place is one of the best parts of Volume 4. And I just like reading it that way. Although it could mean sun too, I guess, or it could just be generic. This is just more of what the song is all about, like staying positive in the face of everything that has happened to them, all these crazy, terrible things that happened at the end of Volume 3. Yeah, it's still cool that the final chorus does have different lyrics, and there isn't that much in any of the lyrics that really makes me think about the future of RWBY or suggests anything that might happen, or really is all that deep or meaningful. It's still pretty good. Although the exception is the bridge, which was definitely a tribute to Pyrrha and Monty, and it could be either, and that's pretty cool, because I mean it's got Monty's quote in there, and of course it's a RWBY song, so from the perspective of the characters, that would be about Pyrrha. That was really nicely done, and the bridge was just really pretty. And definite props to Casey there for just doing some amazing vocals on that part in particular. Though it's great throughout too. She's just a really talented singer, and this is a lovely song. So yeah, good stuff. Hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.